Hey, everybody.
Woot.
How's everybody doing? Good morning. Welcome to this live broadcast of the Supreme Southern Showdown, our first major of 2024. As always, I am Dan Tartaglione, also known as D Tartag1. We got our first major. I'm joined today by Garrett Larson. How you doing today, Garrett?
Not bad. I'm just taking a look at the pairings and seeing who we want to grab for game one here. Ooh, I kind of like Drew versus Hayes.
I feel like they would be on the same. I also like Casey versus MHT.
That was the other one. And honestly, Joe Olson versus Brad. There's some good matchups
There are
early.
some good matchups. You know what, though? You know what? I like this one, and I think we're going to start with this one just because it is a interesting matchup, and we might not be able to get this person on stream today. Any at another point, I say we go with table 18.
Dennis versus Lief. I'm game for that.
Yes.
Let's go with it.
So yeah, I find
All
that
right.
one to be very. I like that one. And I definitely want to have him on. Like, I want to have the son of CRG on stream today at some point.
No, for sure. I apologize. My wife's just checking in on making me breakfast because I'm super spoiled. So,
Yes, yeah, you kind of are.
oh, I have no shame in that at all. I am 100% spoiled, and I am happy with that. So yeah, we're gonna see Dennis versus Leaf. So let's see what we Dennis is on dark side, right? Is that what I remember seeing? Yep.
Yes,
So
yeah.
we've got Dennis who is playing Revenge of the Sith Maul, and Leaf
Okay,
going with Anakin's funeral pyre. So we've got Rots Maul versus Mains. I like that.
I like that too. Like, and like I said, for me, it is just the prospect of having Leaf on and against Dennis. Dennis is also like one of those players. He has like, uh, he definitely is like has the possibility of making a top eight. He's done it before, so I'm excited
For
for this one.
sure. We should probably update the name of the players on the
Trying,
stream too.
trying.
I get it. I've been there before. So no, this will be fun. And honestly, like Leaf and Dennis may have played before in the past. They are both, Minnesota locals. They're enjoying
Mhm.
the fact that it's not almost below zero there. I think this morning when I went to let my dog out, that said it was like 8 and going down. So that's not what I want to see. Leaf, I like it using a bunch of fancy foils. He's got the funeral pyre.
Oh yeah.
He's got the like my father before me and the farm puller, all super shiny. I appreciate it.
It does. I approve
That's
of it.
our graphics team does such amazing work. Like those are just so pretty. So and those borderless, the edge bleeds are awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
So
And just as a little bit of a spoiler, just wait because this year, oh my gosh, some of the stuff that is coming down the pipe is just straight up beautiful.
that's I trust our graphics guys to do amazing things, and I'm not the least bit surprised. Huh? Am I
Looks like
missing? That does not look like Revenge of the Sith Maul. That looks like Saber Combat.
that now I'm even more interested.
Um, let me
You might
text
want to
Chris
get
real quick.
Olson on that.
Yeah, let me
Yeah, it looks like he dipped himself into the Fountain of Youth out there in Atlanta.
uh yeah.
But definitely, like I'm very interested. So I noticed that Dennis is going with the any methods necessary. So he's getting Forlom. I'm assuming Forlom V. Yep, does look like Forlom V. He's also
Yeah,
getting the security tower. But again, like according to our decklist guru,
yeah. Chris is checking in on that right now. He's checking the email. I mean, it looks honestly like I really want to see it. I think the idea of just, hey, I'm gonna get four alarm out immediately and start stacking sixes and sevens and just going crazy saber combat in a meta that's Jedi heavy is. Oh, all
so
right. So our sheet was wrong. Combat is on the email. So, all right. Well, honestly, this doesn't change my wanting to see this matchup
no,
either
this makes
way.
it even more so.
So this will be an interesting match. It'll be so this one. It'll be interesting to see Lief handle saber combat because saber combat's such a weird deck when you're playing mains. It
Yeah,
totally changes how you play, and it'll be interesting to see Leaf's adjustment. So see if he sees right away, hey, here's how I need to adjust. Here's what I need to do,
and I believe
and
Charlie,
that'll be
you might know
interesting.
this. What is Dennis's Gemp name?
I think he's dead Bothan,
I think you're right.
like 85% sure. So we see Dennis shuffle in the any methods necessary. I think he might have
Thank you,
forgotten to
Charlie.
shuffle that in initially. Oh, he's got a Sith Fury I see on the bottom. That's a shocking card. We'll
A
see what
card that I would like to see in this matchup, I don't know if he's playing it, is a Sith Legend. Um,
which now you're gonna make me open up oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna open up the that fancy app that Lee Edwards made Holocron and used on my phone real quick. A Sith Legend. Destiny 2 is
yeah, but I mean, I understand that it is a Destiny 2 card,
yeah,
and we
it's
all
cute,
have
but
our
I
misconceptions about low Destiny cards that we don't want to put them in our deck, but it does so much.
it does, but at Destiny 2, it's so in a deck that needs to be high Destiny.
Does it though?
What did
Thank
I
you, Charlie.
miss?
That's a good point. Charlie says it's a Destiny 4 card in Sith Revenge of the Sith.
Which this isn't. So it's a Destiny 2
You're
card. That's what did I just miss? Why did Leaf get to look at
he's
Dennis's
searching. It
hand?
looked like he was searching his deck for something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it looked like Dennis just revealed his whole hand to him. That might just be Dennis trying to be, hey, I'm gonna be fancy and give all the info away right away. I'm gonna tell you what's coming and I'm still gonna beat you.
Or
Although
he's
I did see a
trying to.
saber and some other stuff, so like this could end this could be quick. Although I think you see a Maul saber but no Maul. And maybe Dennis was trying to show the camera and not Leaf, and it just looked a little off.
Yeah, and I don't see Dennis as one of the type of players who, especially the Leaf, would be like, "Oh, I got all this stuff. What can you do?"
Yeah, I mean that's not really Dennis's style. That's why I was a little like, why is he showing
Yeah.
him his hand? So yeah, we see Dennis throw down one of those high destiny interrupts. I don't think it was his force push. I think it was something else.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
draw a couple.
I
No
am
big
working on
surprise on.
getting Dennis's name updated. The
Ooh, it's got a Maul strikes in there too, just to bump up. I used to love doing that in combat. You're like, oh, I won't combat. I'll just duel you and use these instead. Haha. That was a force lightning he just threw down, which is an easy one since he's got another. He's got a Palpatine in hand.
so
Leaf
it looks like he's
activated
got a
two, four,
P59 in his
six.
hand too. Okay, now we move on to Leaf's turn. There's the Boss Nash Chamber. So
I think
Leaf should
he
be putting
grabbed
that
that
next
with
to
Wisa.
one of the
Yeah,
other.
he should be. There's another Wisa from hand, probably to go grab the other one. Hopefully, he or Dennis
Yeah.
catches that
Well, he's playing the farm pooler. He's playing that, so he might not be playing the battle planes.
Uh, he might still be. Like that may be his second big drain battleground. So
Most of the, but you got to remember, like most of the dark side decks right now are giving you a battleground outside of Hunt Down,
yeah,
and I would assume Matt has shown him that matchup multiple times.
I think most matchups. I feel like this might not be a matchup they've played a lot. All right, so we do see him go grab the farm. He might have just used that Wisa to verify and not miss his farm pull because I don't see him grabbing anything else. Although he might have just done it off camera. I'm still curious. Like if he's running Luke's, this could. If he's running Jedi Luke's, this will be a tough matchup if he doesn't realize that Saber Combat's going to mess with him. So he's just going to draw some. I don't hate that actually.
No, I don't hate that at all.
There's no point in setting up right now and wait for Dennis to set up and then go after him because next turn you're getting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, minimum 12 forced. And he's got 3 or 4 saved there as well. Like, wait for Dennis to put something down and then go after it. Although Dennis has a pretty solid hand. He's got a Vader, he's got a Palpatine, he's got Force Push.
The force push is really good.
The Force Push is so good. Like, oh, he's just going to. He must be wanting to go get them all. He had them all saber. He's
And I don't see them all in there. I see
there's a
Kylo with Saber.
Kylo.
Okay, there's
As I
okay.
say, there's a couple foils. I think one of those might be a Maul of some sort.
Yeah, I think it was
Yep,
Lone
Lone
Hunter, which is
Hunter.
interesting in a lightsaber combat deck.
Well, the much like Luke Rebel Scout, I think is the best in Chosen One because of the ability to just feed yourself. And if you don't get him when you draw him for Destiny, you can grab him. I
True.
think Lone Hunter's the same way. Like, is Lord Maul ostensibly a little bit better for that 2 extra force loss? Yes. But the ability to not have to draw that 0 for Destiny and instead be able to get that Dark Jedi in hand is so good.
Yeah, I agree.
I was just gonna say
Now,
Dennis needs to move his loss pile a little bit. There we go. Perfect. He's working with the within the camera limits.
now I will say, like, I'm not a huge fan of Dennis using the force push there to get him a Maul, mostly because it is a good card for him to have in his hand.
I agree. I think I personally might have just gone, I'm gonna throw down Palpatine and between Force Push and Force Lightning, make you do something. But he's got them all. He's got the saber. I don't hate just throwing him down and saying, come get some. Like, I
I
don't
agree.
love using Force Push to do it, but I think there's a time where you just want to be, Saber Combat's a deck you want to play aggressively. You want to push damage. You want to get it rolling quickly. And that's the way you do it is here's Maul, here's a Saber. I'm going to drain you for 4 unless you do something about it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and I expect to go to the 3-2. Yep. Oh, no, he's going the
No,
other.
and the only reason I don't want to go to the 3-2 is I think it's easier. You get that plus power. Again, like we were saying, we're going to see Jedi Luke's, whether that's Luke Rebel Scout, Jedi Luke himself.
Yep.
Like, we're going to see those cards. And I think the better play is going to the 2-2 because you get that little bit more power.
Yeah, but Luke gets a +1 there as well, and you're much more susceptible to something like Screaming Lando. Like the
True.
upside of the
That's a good
3-2
point.
is you can just sit him there and go, all right, it's going to be Jedi versus Jedi because anyone that's not a Jedi is going away. And we see Dennis going there, which I think is the right call. Like if Luke, if Leaf comes down with Jedi Luke and says, and makes that battle, I like it. Dennis doesn't have a lot of defensive cards in hand. And he didn't stack anything to have for a draw, which is a little bit of a surprise.
Well, the one nice thing is he has the most strikes.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, that'll get him extra battle destiny
or duel.
Or the duel, but like you'd want to stack a card potentially for the duel. Although, what's in his hand? Like, I mean, he could have stacked the Palpatine easily enough. But he might just be counting on he's cycling his deck quickly. And, I like the P59 and Newt that's in there.
Yeah,
that's a sneaky, fun little combo. Like, hey, I'm gonna shoot you. You're gonna lose a couple, then I'm gonna draw 2 battle destiny, and that's a sneaky, fun little combo. So,
Leaf, it looks like he's playing Speak with the Jedi Council. That's going to get him some more activation. Like, looks to me like both players have their activation on the table.
Yeah, I think they're, Leaf's got enough to make his start. It's did he have the cards in hand to do it? And let's find out.
And he's really being secretive with his hand. I like that. Okay, here we go.
There's Luke Jedi Knight.
LSJK, Chris Kelly's favorite card.
Yep. So paying the 6.
Like you said,
and there's Lando. Yeah.
But again, he's so easy to hit. Like,
yeah. I mean, this.
Okay.
I think if I was Leaf, I would have put them at the 2/2.
Make them come out.
Force Maul because he can't deploy Vader or he can't deploy Palpatine there.
Yep.
You force Maul to move, so he can move and he can try the saber combat, but then Maul's got to sit there for a turn while you've got Lando and you retaliate on your next turn. Like saber combat, playing against saber combat's weird, and that doesn't feel like the right play if you're not used to it, but I think it would have been. Because that also would have stopped Dennis's drain.
I don't blame Leaf for this.
No.
I blame Matt.
I agree. I think we should blame his father for not adequately 100%. Preparing him. And I really hope Matt watches this stream at some point just so he can hear us teasing him.
No, I think he's there. He's playing his own decks. He's doing his own thing. But at the same time, you should have known what Dennis is playing.
I mean, they are teammates. So he might have known, and maybe Leaf's got some tricks that are going to make this work better.
I hope. I don't want to see a mistake like this cost the up and coming kid. Like,
all right, so we're just going with a swing.
Swinging. Yeah,
that got him 4 and a 5. So. So I think Dennis has got to decide, does he want to add a battle destiny or does he want to try and duel him out?
I think the duel out is the better option.
So the duel out.
It looks like he is dueling out.
He is dueling. As I said, the duel out, you can end up with it just being Maul. 6/7 is bad.
6 and a 7.
Yeah, that's
Leaf draws a 7.
Oh, come on.
And a 4.
Oh, so close. Oh. How amazing would that have been if Leaf would have just blind, like, 6/7, you say?
Or 7/7. That would have been.
7/7 would have been insane. Yeah. And I would have been so happy. Now, does he have a Jedi's Resilience?
That was the Battle Destiny, but no, there's no way.
No, there's no way that was. Yep. So Leaf forgets to play aim high. Well, why is Maul unhit? Hold on. Like the battle didn't end there. Yeah, I was going to say.
I agree, Charlie. He should have swung first at Lando.
Well, he can still swing at Lando now. Like he's still got 2 more swings to.
But he goes to Battle Destiny. I don't like that.
So if he swings, Lando goes to used.
But
If
now Lando's
he,
lost.
yeah, you'd rather Lando be lost than Lando be used.
True.
So, and I think that might have been the thought process, Charlie, is he figured he was going to probably win the duel. If you lose the
So the
duel,
swing at Luke.
someone,
I think,
oh,
yeah, I think
swing at
Charlie
Luke.
was saying the swing at Luke,
Yeah,
and I agree there.
that I agree with.
Yeah.
I thought he meant swing at Lando, and I'm like, I think I like the way
I
Dennis
mean,
played it against Lando.
but the thing is, like, unless I highly doubt he was tracking that 7, so I think he got kind of really lucky. But
Yeah,
yeah, he would have hit Luke. He would have guaranteed getting rid of Luke, period, and then dueled. Like, at least
yeah,
you're, because then you just come down and beat the crap out of Lando. You don't shoot, like, you come down with P-59 nuke gun ray. You don't shoot. You play coward. He doesn't get the retrieval. Like,
yeah. No, it's
that could just be
I
Dennis, like, a little rusty, or Dennis, like, too high up on the ice cream that him, B. Fred, and all the other guys had yesterday.
yeah. I mean, that's very possible. It's that ice cream did look pretty delicious.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Dennis
there's
might
the
just pick
mall
some up.
effect.
Like he's only got like 5 cards in hand. Yep.
Man, he's just drawing.
So like that theoretically gives Leaf a little bit of an opening if he's got something to do, but I'm just feel like Leaf spent a lot of what he could do last turn as well and really just killed a mall. Killing the
Yes.
Saber was nice, but Dennis is going to go get it back right now.
Yeah, but I mean, making him have the effect, making him play it, making him use it, uh, that's not
All
bad.
very good. No, I agree. It's not a terrible. He's not in a terrible spot.
No, because you know that that's really the only saber that Dennis is probably playing in the deck outside of like EPPs.
And I don't think that, well, Dennis is probably running Mara with Saber and Kylo with Saber.
Maybe Asajj just because of the high destiny.
Yeah,
But the big thing is being that you can bury or you can blast your deflection all of those cards versus you can't
you
maul
can't with Maul.
is
Yeah.
is just big. I'm gonna grab the coffee.
No, I think forcing him off of it twice is, if you can kill the Saber the second time, that's going to be big. So Leaf's showing us his hand. That's a whole lot of red in there. I don't think that's quite what he was hoping for. Now he's pushing it back a little bit. I was seeing a bunch of red, and then I saw a couple dudes at the end there. We'll see where he gets with this. Yeah, Dennis is a handful of cards now. Looks like Leaf is thinking about deploying somebody. I don't know that I like that. Oh yeah,
You don't like a lot of things.
and there's a lot of things I don't like, but like
Well,
I feel like being reactive here might be better. Yeah, I don't like Luke there.
yeah,
Just for
and
a why
that's
not? Like
Dennis's hand.
Dennis has a full hand now. Like
Okay,
Dennis
so I
has
see
the
there's a
ability to come
Dooku in
at him.
there, but he's got a lot of tricks, and I like that.
Yeah. Well, but now Leaf says, all right, well, I'm gonna throw down General Kenobi as well.
And he got Luke's saber.
Yeah.
I
So
think
I
that's Luke's
don't
saber.
yeah, it was Luke Saber. He grabbed it with
And I
like
believe
my
that's the
father,
Destiny
and
5 Qui-Gon saber.
it is the Destiny 5 Saber. So Leaf says, I'm gonna stack this site, and
How do you feel about the white border General Kenobi?
we're not gonna talk about that.
Why not?
No, white borders are bad. Although I did, I'm getting a sheet of white border foils that I'm absolutely going to use. So maybe that's,
Yeah, you're
I'm
going
going
to
to have
use
to get
them. I
around them.
mean, why can't you be like everybody else and frame them, make them all look pretty, improve the art in your house?
I should, but no. Like I've got art in my house. I've got uncut sheets I've got Premiere Light Side and Dark Side rares framed and hung up. I've got some posters of other sheets from the PC I need to do something with. I'm kind of waiting to figure out what I want to do with my office, but I'm doing something with it. So yeah, Dennis has a bunch of cards. I'm trying to.
He has a bunch of cards, but at the same time, like no malls.
Well, I mean, he
Yes.
did threw down Phantom Menace, so he might have them all in there. He's been
Or
cycling
he's just
through them
trying to get
fast
okay,
enough.
there. Yep, there's the mall.
Yeah, so there's them all. He'll go get the saber. But like, I actually like where Leaf is at here because you can potentially just, all right, if I kill this saber again, Maul's suddenly not nearly as scary.
Yeah.
Like Maul without a saber is not scary. And if this is Leaf's just, I'm going to be super aggressive and kill Maul, I don't hate that.
So here's the question: if you're Dennis, who do you lightsaber combat?
I think you saber combat Kenobi.
Okay.
That Destiny 5 saber pinging is not good for you.
True.
So,
The,
and
the the only reason I might not is because well, no, Kenobi I think is the right
I
play.
mean, Luke gives you a +1 to your battle destiny, but so can Kenobi.
Yeah. Luke's a
The
little
the
harder
only
to hit.
the only reason I wouldn't do Kenobi is I could absolutely see in this deck a circle is now complete. And if he's got a saber for Vader, being able to just, all right, I'll saber combat Luke, and next turn I'll go Vader, saber, circle. Obi's
Okay.
now dead.
That's interesting. Newt Gunray coming down.
I don't. Dennis can't start the battle.
No, he can't battle.
And
But the thing is, like I looked in, like we saw in his hand. Okay, so he is saber combating. He draws a 4 and a
7 and a
7.
4. I don't know who he's targeting. And we've got a 5. 6 would be
5.
5 and a 5. So if he went after Kenobi, that's a tie because Qui-Gon Saber adds 1.
So does Maul Saber.
Oh, it does? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay. Then he's got him.
by
But he
1.
only won by 1, so it's just lose 2 force.
Yeah, and if you're Leaf, you're fine with that. The
Yeah.
only thing is though, Dennis has a stunning leader in his hand.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, you have to run through those tricks at some point. I still don't like Newt just because if Leaf starts the battle, gets through the stunning leader, the first thing you do
Um,
is swing and send
I
Newt.
noticed that I don't think Leaf lost anything
His
unless his
loss
lost pile
pile
is
is
like
hidden.
somewhere
His loss pile is under
under
that corner
Dennis.
camera. Yeah. Because I think his piles have slowly sort of shifted. We might want to
That's fine.
have them adjust the visible space a little bit.
Well, the thing is, the top card is Lando.
Top card of his loss pile.
Yeah, and again, Leaf is putting
He may
cards.
have lost another one. Okay, now Dennis is saying, hold on, these Naboo sites got to go
Yeah,
next to each other. And he might just
approve of
be,
that.
he
He's
might
also
be
got to put
not
the
worried
boss dash
about the
chamber there
2-2.
too.
Yeah, he might be not worried about Boss Nass chamber in the no one's going here.
White border General Leia.
Yeah. With the white border reflections underneath. So I'll approve of that. I'm okay with the,
Well, I mean, white border Kenobi is a premier card.
yeah. And there's white border Ray.
Again, white border what possible. Why not go like just
I'm a
pull
little
the
sad
Ryan
that Leaf
Saracen and
apparently
just
hates
white
me.
border the entire deck?
No,
Come on, be fun.
no. Honestly, the fact that he didn't white border the Jedi Lukes is probably for the best. That would
Yeah,
have hurt my soul. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, like that would hurt my soul and would have given him an immediate win against Chris Kelly. Like you flip over a white border Jedi Luke and Chris Kelly's just like, I can't even do this. Like Chris would have just walked away. Like I can't look at that. I have to concede.
that's a good point. Yeah, but I will say the dedication and the fact that you would just blow out Chris Kelly would be amazing.
That would be I mean, it'd be a beautiful sight just to see Chris's face. Just what did you do?
I would love to get some sleeves, inner sleeves that are white border.
Just white bordered everything.
Yeah.
All right,
That way I
so
don't pull a
are we
Ryan
going with
Saracen.
a interesting? I think we're going with a Maul Strikes blind duel here, or semi-blind.
I mean, it's the 6. It's got to be a 6 or a 7 on top. Okay, there's a 7.
There's the 7, and
And a
then
3. Uh-oh.
oh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
that that might not be good.
Let's go. 4.
Come on, 7. Just show me the set.
Oh,
Oh, 4 and a ouch. All right, so the Maul Strikes duel goes through.
that sucks.
No, and he did get rid of Obi because I think that Obi Saber is slightly more
I
damaging.
agree. The Qui-Gon Saber is really good because, like you said, it gives him the +1 against lightsaber combat.
And the ping
Yeah, the ping damage can
when you hit a
hurt.
Dark Jedi as well. Like,
Yeah. I love the fact that like Lief is just taking taking with stride right now. He's got his big smile on his face. Like,
Leaf gets to hang out with Dad for the weekend and play Star Wars cards. Like, Leaf is the happiest person in that room right now, and there's nothing bad that can happen.
okay, so it looks like Lief did initiate a battle. There's a stunning leader to cancel it. I can't tell if it's Japanese or in English.
I think it is. I think it's a
It's
Japanese
Japanese.
whiteboarder,
It's a Japanese whiteboarder, so that's
which
even
means it's out
better.
of the premier 2-player game.
Yeah. No,
So,
no, there's no,
yes,
you're right. Yeah, because there's
that's
no
the only
unlimited
whiteboarder
Japanese.
Japanese is Premier and ESP 2-player game. Oh,
Let's go.
so Dennis. Oh,
What?
Leaf was going to sense it and realized there's no tries out, and instead was like, fine, I'll just fight a mercenary to cancel it. So we see the force field to cancel the swing at
Yep.
Newt,
Now he plays the
and
sense, draws a
now he
1.
plays the sense, draws the 1, so he'll lose sense in 2, which is
Oh,
fine.
he
Up,
put the
sense
set.
goes lost.
Get Chris. Get
Yeah,
Chris. Yeah, grab.
so we'll because yeah, the sense needs to go lost and he needs to lose 2. I just texted Chris. We'll hopefully get that caught up. And he just drew those 2 destinies, which means
Yeah,
theoretically he can't lose those 2.
correct.
He didn't peel and he didn't lose the sense, which there's no try should have done.
Again, I don't blame Leaf. I do
No,
not
neither do
blame
I.
Leaf at all.
No, and Chris just came over and I think is fixing it.
I think he's working on it.
Yeah, Chris just said fixed.
Okay, so he's
So
Eric in the chat says that he did lose to Force.
he lost 2 force. He just didn't lose the
Yeah,
sense. Okay, well, that's fine.
that's fine.
That works.
I don't think there's active judging.
There is where everything's active judging
Well,
now.
I mean, we're active judges.
Yeah.
So your judges, well, we have a good judge and a stream lead as our active judges. And then also, just for everybody's information, Sam Tashima is also streaming some of the events. He's streaming I think he believe he's streaming the top table that is not on stream. So make sure you guys follow him. That is again twitch.tv/Yoshi_13.
Yep.
That's a simple one to look for. He has the best spin pin as his little avatar picture. So
Yeah, and he's
go on
doing
there.
the he's taking table 2 the entire time, he just said.
Nice.
So we'll always have, we can pick interesting matchups the first couple rounds for sure. And we know he'll always have the, table number 2 going right there.
Yeah, and do not worry, we will be picking some of the top tables throughout the day. We just like I said, this is just an interesting one. Like another one would have been like Brian Fred versus Barry Applestein.
Yeah, there's definitely some ones. Looks like Leaf moved his piles over a little bit so we can see
Oh,
it.
Robbie
Apparently
Hendon versus Chris Kelly. That would have been a great one.
Yeah, there were a lot of
Bill
matchups that
Kafer
would have been
versus
fun.
Scott Lingrell. We're gonna try and get Frodo on stream as well. Frodo right now is playing against Brian. Oh my gosh, how did we not get that one on? Brian Avey versus Brian Harold.
Because I don't think Brian Harold will agree to be on stream.
That's true.
I love Brian, but Brian doesn't do stream. So
Yeah. Right now we have 30. We have 18 tables, so
35,
36.
36. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like Lief is going to lose some force here.
Yeah.
Like he got hit. There's the maul into hand. Like we discussed why that maul is so good.
Draws a
All right. Well,
one.
that's
And
a little
oh,
unfortunate.
wow, he might not be losing a lot of force.
That is not what Dennis wanted to draw.
Yeah.
And I think Dennis is very happy he didn't draw that accidentally for the saber. So
I would have preferred it.
And then the retrieve one. And honestly, I think aim high is cute, but I think Lief should have put out simple tricks.
Yeah.
Ahead of aim high. Like that would have been
that, especially with him having the battle planes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like especially now, that would be the better play, but that battle planes could be, well, does he have another newt? Because that battle planes is just screaming for a P-59 plus newt. Come down and I'll throw it in. Thank you. Dan's ahead of me. I was like, I'll type it in chat real quick because someone asked
That's what I'm here for.
Sam's stream was.
We have a bat mouse in the chat, everybody.
There's battle plan, which I like. I don't see a newt in hand, although I think he might have activated just enough to go grab the Kylo. Nope, maybe not. Nope, he's gonna drain for 4, which I think is the right play.
The drain for 4, put some pressure.
Yeah, I think you always.
Otherwise, it's the same drain for both.
I think you should probably lose the. Oh no, effects. So he's got more than one of the maul effect, the retrieve a saber effect, which I don't hate because effects when they're out of play aren't subject to uniqueness. So
that's a good point. Yeah, I do like that.
You can use it a couple times. Did see Lief peel some cards.
Looks like we have. Is that Casey behind him, or is that? I can't tell who that is. But yeah, looking at some of the matches, there was a lot of good matches.
There was a lot of matches that would have been fun to.
Ryan Saracen versus John McFarlane, Steve Renson versus Jonathan McMurray, Drew versus Hayes, Large Pork versus CRG, I'm sorry, Tommy versus Matt Lutz.
So let's ask chat. You guys can go and see who the players are. If the matchup will be interesting, give me a couple players you really want to see for next game.
Yeah, and
like give us, tell us what you want to see, and we'll try and make that happen.
We will do our best. Now, I will say
Dennis is just refilling his hand. He's just picking stuff up.
Why not? I mean, drain for 4.
Yeah, but he's going to get drained for 3 in return. Because I assume that's an Anakin saber.
Yeah,
although that could be Leia's gun. Yeah, Frodo. I'd like to get Brian Avery on here. Hall of Theater Guest of the Year, Brian Avery.
That's my line.
We can both use the line.
Carl versus Mike Kessling would have been a fun one.
Yeah, there were so many good matches.
There were so many good matches, but at the same time, like we said, I like highlighting the young and upcoming players, especially like Johnny Chu's kids. They're always fun to have on stream. Lief, being that this is his first event with his dad, I really wanted to make this one a little bit special for him.
Oh no, for sure. I
don't
fully
think
in favor
anybody
of this.
is complaining about it.
Nope,
if you are, shame on you.
Yeah, if you are, you're wrong. So Dennis had his force push in hand because I think he retrieved it when he flipped his objective the first time, and I'm wondering. I think he might have Forlom that back. That feels like an easy card to lose.
Yeah, I mean,
like it's Destiny 5, which is okay. Yeah, that he's getting drained for 3 right now.
Did you see what he has in his hand though?
Which card he's got?
He
it's
just
worse.
Lost it.
I think he might just say he's not going to face, and it could be worse.
No, probably not this game, but that just could be
Yeah.
a huge blowout card, and I really hope he's able to play it this
But
today.
in Saber Combat, that's a huge important card for the Omnibox. Like, as much as the it could be
Oh
worse,
yeah,
if your opponent, your opponent's trying to track and you're risking a Saber Combat, that's where you do that. So I like Luke going down there.
yeah, agreed.
And actually, I think I'd like moving Leia and Rey. Does he have another Saber for Luke? Oh, no,
No, that's the
Bionic Hand.
bionic hand.
I hate that Yoda
Why?
because he's not going to be able to drain.
He has to get rid of Luke.
That's not that hard. He's just move over and Saber Combat Luke.
That's
I
fine.
don't, and honestly, I think the ultimatum play is bad simply because he can't drain right now, anyways. Like, you're not going to get drained for 4 because you can't drain when Luke's out there.
Yeah,
So I think that ultimatum was early. I don't think he needed to play that, but no,
I do agree. I would rather
uh,
have seen simple tricks and nonsense.
yeah, simple tricks would have been much better than aim high. The ultimatum's not going to do anything right now. And honestly, I think for the game, ultimatum's probably not going to come into play that often.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to get to drain with Yoda though. Like, not
true.
often.
Honestly,
And he's going to
and
be
this,
paying for it.
yeah, I was gonna say I'd
Yeah.
rather see the Yoda there too,
Yep.
or I
But
would rather
force him
see,
to move in and get battled.
yeah,
Like,
that's what
I
you have to
honestly,
do.
I would have loved Luke Yoda move Leia and Rey in and just force the action. Although Leia and Rey sitting out there getting the drain is not a terrible thing.
No,
So,
especially now
but
that Dennis cannot drain.
yeah, but I think the reality is Dennis can put stack another card on stack another High Destiny on Maul, walk over combat, potentially just kill Luke immediately,
Yeah,
and now Yoda does nothing.
and the other thing is like, and I hate to kind of say this, but Leaf not playing the combat shield is not a good thing.
Yeah, so there's Aura with Blaster in front of Yoda.
I kind of don't like this. And the reason is, like you said, all Dennis has to do is get rid of Luke.
So if Dennis isn't confident he can get rid of Luke, I don't mind this at all. And Dennis might know what his
Yeah,
destiny are
but
to
I
know
mean,
he's
how
going to
not
hit.
confident do you have to be?
I see now. I'm in the other side. I'm totally okay with doing this to go murder Yoda, and that way, if you don't kill Luke, you killed off that drain. You've potentially now taken a drain of your own. Although you do have to worry about. We did see Lief spin a Nabron,
Yeah.
and leaving one of them alone against Nabron
And
is
this is
bad.
what I
And
was
there's the
afraid of
blaster
was the
deflection
blast.
on Aura.
Yeah,
Well, but he's
and
got the P-59 shot, and he's got sevens.
draws a five.
That wasn't one of them, but he's got sevens.
I know he's got sevens, but like the P-59 shot still gives you like still Yoda has his forfeit.
Yeah.
He's the power six. It's power 8 to 6.
Yep.
Dennis draws a 4.
All right. So he had a 5-4, which would have been enough.
Okay,
And
so Dennis is up or
Dennis
is
is
up
up
by
by
one.
1,
Yeah,
and it's going to cost him Aura because of the 5, which means
yeah.
P-59 stuck there alone.
That's what I was
That
afraid
did
of.
not go the way Dennis wanted it to.
That is exactly what I was afraid of. And you can see Leaf is just like, I got you, boy.
So now that Saber Combat needs to take Luke off the table.
Don't worry, Casey. I'll relay it. Casey's in the chat. He's trying to chat. It's Casey. Pretty sure the way Dennis is feeling right now is how I felt playing against Dennis.
All right. So I'm assuming we'll see a Saber Combat here. I mean, there's no other reason to do it. So there's seven
especially with the
seven.
2 sevens.
Yeah, like
And Dennis did the right thing, losing P59 or
lost them
uh
both. Yep. There's a 4 and a 4 is 8. That means he's down
6.
enough that Luke goes, and 4 are 2 off the top. Yeah, and he did
Yeah.
peel the 2, and there's Luke,
I
which
believe it does
flips
cost
it.
4 because of the saber.
No, it's Lord Maul that adds 2. It's not the saber. The saber adds 1. Lord Maul is who
You're
adds
right.
2
You're
to
right.
the
You're right. You're
damage.
right. You're right. It's been so long since I've played Saber Combat.
I played a lot of saber combat back in the day. They like I may not know the new objectives, but the old stuff I'm usually pretty solid on.
New objective?
Wow, new cards, anything that came out in the last 5 years, I'm still learning some of those.
You sure? I mean,
Yes.
being that you have an advanced stage and everything, I'm pretty sure that the new cards are like scary to you.
What is at the battle planes? That would be Rey, General Leia, and Anakin Saber.
Correct.
So, which is a solid. Just I'm going to drain for 3. Like
Yeah.
I said, I still don't like the Yoda play. Like I'd rather have Yoda standing right in front of Maul right now
Um,
and say, let's make something happen. And even if you don't get him, you move Yoda over and force. Where could attacking there instead of taking out Yoda? Maybe. I think he was counting on the being able to kill Yoda with the
aura.
forcing.
Yeah. And
So
yeah, I do agree that he should have attacked there first.
yep.
Okay, I like this.
So he's moving Yoda, isn't he?
I don't know.
Did he? So he activated a bunch. He just left 1. No, he's moving Rey.
No, he's moving Ray. I actually like that.
So Yoda, if he'd have gone to that 3-2, would have immediately flipped back and then could have drained.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Yoda actually could have drained there, which would have been interesting. I don't hate the drain there though. Like pay 6 to drain for
And
6
now,
is
yeah,
not terrible.
yeah, Yoda, but that's the thing. Yoda can teleport.
Yeah, I guess during move phase. So there's the secret plans for
Something Walkling.
yeah.
And we see that Leaf is playing Draw Their Fire, so not a terrible card to have out. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Leaf's
I
got
like
draw their
I
fire and
like
Abram.
Cassian.
Did
The
he
only
not
problem
pay
is,
to he didn't pay to drain? I think Leaf's running tight on force.
yeah, I
Like that
think you're
5
right.
having to pay that 5 for neighbor and hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't like that unless he's got the Hojix in his hand, because if Dennis
Well,
goes down with
it's
anything with the weapon,
yeah.
it's Ray. It's so bad for Cassian. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, yes, Cassian can put a card out of play, cancel Destiny, but at the same time, I know that
Yeah,
Dennis is playing Choke Vader.
this could end up not going the way Leaf wants it to.
Yeah, and I agree. He should have teleported Yoda over.
Yeah. You teleport Yoda over, you block the drain.
Well, yeah, you block the drain, and the other thing is you have some insurance in case of Ray going down the hole or being choked.
Yeah. And we see Dennis. Yep, Dennis tracked to something and
And I
grabbed. My
agree.
guess is I think that was either the Kylo or the Vader. Yeah, teleporting Yoda allows the combat, but because it's a move phase, Dennis didn't stack a card, so he's only going to have 1
Yeah,
combat card, which you're okay with. It saves you the drain of 4. Well, drain of 2, so because he does satisfy or yeah, he satisfies ultimatum, so it's drain of 2. But yeah, I still just don't like Yoda hanging there. Like I hate the idea of he just sits there doing nothing.
yeah.
So, and there's the choke Vader, like we talked about. This could end bad.
This could end very bad.
So And Dennis reading to make sure, like, does he save the choke?
Nope. Now, if Lief has
Tracking us.
that, can save him a little.
Yeah.
Um,
There's Tarkin V
okay,
to add a Battle Destiny, which
yeah,
is fine. Like, I don't think that's honestly, that's probably more forfeit fodder than add a Battle Destiny. Like, if you miss a choke or
yeah,
something and he draws us 5, you don't want to just lose Vader.
true. That's a good point.
So who is he trying to choke?
Yeah, I think you go big or go home and
If
get
you
rid of Ray.
know, you should have tracked. If you've tracked, you go Ray. If you're not 100% sure, I think you go Cassian.
Yeah, go big or go home,
And
Dennis.
I don't think Dennis is confident.
He's he cancels that one, redraws it.
Yeah.
That's a 4. Okay, so he does
So
cancel. Yeah, he
he
canceled. He
went for
chokes.
Cassian. Yep.
Yeah, and
He
I don't
wasn't
mind that
confident.
because you could still beat down on Ray with 10 to 4 and 2 Destiny.
Yeah, I mean Ray's getting 1 and it's +1
Yeah,
to the
it's Tarkin.
total, so it's probably
4
Tarkin
and a
unless it's a
6.
ooh.
Yeah,
So that's 20 to 4. Ray forfeits for 7. Ugh.
and he draws a 1. Oof. I know it's a
That's
2, but oof.
so 20 to 6. He's down 14. That's Ray and 7.
Yeah.
Ouch. Or Raina
Leaf.
Hujix, show me. Nope.
Yeah.
Leaf says, I don't have the Hujix. Good game. So I'm going to go on mute here for a second and quick eat my breakfast sandwich.
I'm going to see about trying to get Dennis on an
For
interview.
sure. For sure. If we get that, let me know. I'll be around. I'm listening.
Uh, okay. So, yep, Dennis Reinhardt takes game 1 against Lief Lutz. Definitely an interesting little match. Definitely a lot of action. Got a going back and forth. Uh, let's see if we can get somebody to get an interview. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Chris is currently trying to get the headsets all set up. Thank you again, Chris. And while we're waiting on that, yeah, so again, today is the Supreme Southern Showdown, the first of the majors of the year. Chris Schoenthal recently went ahead and posted on the forums the entire 2024 tournament schedule, including some of the majors that we're going to be seeing this year. The next one in April is going to be the Eclipse event out in Indianapolis. Again, that is April 5th through the 7th. So definitely looking forward to that one. I know a lot of players are excited. They're going to be there out in Indiana, and they will be staying until April 8th, which is again the Eclipse. This event will be we will see the entirety of the eclipse in Indianapolis. So make sure you guys come out to that one. It is going to be exciting. It's going to be a different one. So it looks like Dennis has the headset ready to go. Once he has it on his head, we'll get him into the interview. But definitely, I am definitely excited for the Indianapolis event. I know a lot of people are as well. I know that Brian Fred is doing his due diligence to get that one up and running. Okay, let's go ahead and see if.
And I ate my delicious breakfast sandwich that my wife, who spoils me, brought down. So I'm back. I've got a little energy now. I'm ready to go.
I really hope so.
It's, it was a concern. So it looks like the headset's there for Dennis. We'll see.
Yeah, I know Chris has improved his technological skills.
Chris does so much when he's running these
That's why
events.
he's in the hall. There's a reason why Chris is in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. He does so
Like,
much work for everyone and making, the game great and making everyone's experience at live events so good. And really that's like live events are just so much fun.
okay. Dennis, can you hear us? Okay. Dennis, let us know if you can hear us.
I'm going to take that as a no, or at least I can't hear Dennis.
Yeah, I can't hear Dennis either. Maybe he has to turn the headset on. One second. My bad.
Does Dan have to turn the headset on?
It's a good possibility.
That's sometimes we're trying to work around a lot of things and get everything going the way it needs to. So the first time is always a fix stuff quickly, and it is what it is.
Huh. Okay, so we are trying to get Dennis on. The stream itself is, well, not the stream, but the. Okay, Dennis, can you hear us? Zoom really quick. Hey, Dennis, give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
All right.
No thumbs up from Dennis yet.
I thought I saw a little thumbs up there.
Looks like he's going to get on to Slack. One of the many different ways to stay connected to the Star Wars CCG world: Slack, Discord, forums, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch.
There's so many ways to stay connected with the game, and I talk about our graphics guys a lot, and definitely, as much as I say how great of a job they do, I don't think I give them enough credit. Like the cards have just been gorgeous, but like all of our volunteers do amazing work. We talked about Hall of Famer Chris Schoenthal, James Martin, our social media guy, does amazing with staying connected across all the different platforms and different ways. There's just so much we can do to stay connected and keep things running. So I'm not sure if Dennis is in Slack or he's checking his fantasy football lineup.
I really don't think he's checking fantasy football.
He's looking at the stream. He's listening to us talk about him. All right, I'm
Well, I will say this, like I just messaged him on Slack. So maybe he'll get a hold of that. I'm on your stream. Okay. Give me 1 second, Dennis. The Dennis should be able to hear us.
I can't tell if he's got the headphones up over his ears.
Yeah, he's got
Oh
that
yeah, he's
muted
got
on.
him
It's
on
just
there. Yeah.
he has the headset off.
Is the headset turned on?
I can hear
That's
him.
a good question. I think it
Oh, I just
is.
heard someone say I can hear them. Is that you, Dennis?
That is me.
Hey,
Congrats on
there
the
he
victory,
is.
man.
Thank you. How's it going,
So,
fellas?
how's it going?
It's going. It's going. I'm surprised Dan
So,
remembers my name.
yeah, well, yeah, I remember your name because you're one of the ice cream club.
This is very true. I've heard that you're trying to insert yourself into the ice cream club.
I'm sorry, but I'm already in the ice cream club because Brian Fred has introduced me to Jenny's, which is like the best of ice cream.
Well, here's the thing, Dan. You're not officially in the ice cream club until you have had ice cream with both of the original members.
Brian Fred is enough to be
No,
both
no,
the
no, no,
original
no.
members. His personality just screams too.
This is very true, but we might have to just make sure we're both at the same tournament to really put the stamp of approval on it.
So,
Well, are you going to be in Indiana, Dennis?
That is
You
still
gonna
up in the air.
see,
I might because my sister
because
lives an hour away from Indianapolis, so I might just go visit her for the week and then go down for the weekend to Indianapolis.
see, I like that, and I'm thinking we could do an ice cream stream.
yeah.
Oh,
We'll get
that would
you,
be
we'll get
phenomenal.
B Fred, we'll get me, we'll get Dan,
That would
we'll
be
split some ice
phenomenal.
cream.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
all in. I'm all in. We had a great ice cream shop that Kessling brought us to on Thursday.
so I'm game. I
I'm
think we're
game.
doing
If I
that.
if I'm there, I'm
Yeah.
game.
All right.
So, really quick, what made you decide to go with Dark Side Lightsaber Combat?
Well, it's a deck that I have felt very comfortable with. This was actually my first in-person game with the deck. I've only played it on GEMP. Um, I was settled on BHBM, I thought, coming into the tournament, and then I played a few games with it. I lost one game out of like 4 or 5 play tests, but I still just didn't feel comfortable with it. Not in the fact like that I couldn't play it, it didn't
Hmm.
feel that great to me. And so I audibled last night to build this. We were joking that our like the deck is in our team post, and I changed a few cards, but we were joking that it looks interesting, but nobody has the Beezers to play it. So I said I'm gonna have the Beezers to play it, and here we are. I also
So,
think it just wrecks a mains matchup, so that helps.
and I
And
think
that
that's
was kind
something
of what
that
we were talking about is,
we were
yeah,
talking about. Yeah.
it's not a bad meta call because it is so far ahead of most mains
Right,
decks, and it's hard for mains to play against it appropriately
right,
because unless you've played it a bunch, you're like, like Lief dropped down and battled into you and lost Lando and like didn't force you to move into him where he could start the battle on his terms.
right.
Like that's the kind of it's a hard deck to play against sometimes.
Yeah, it can be, especially if you don't have the counters like senses or you don't sense the right things or
Hmm.
fall of a legend to cancel a duel. So
Well, I mean, there's a lot of cards that do cancel the duel. I mean, were you surprised
resilience.
to see that Leaf really didn't play any of the stuff to cancel duels slash combat?
Um, I don't think so, other than maybe the sense. Like I figured there was probably a sense in his list. But like Fall of a Legend, you haven't been seeing that like anywhere recently. And then the only other card is Resilience, but with Cytor out on table and stuff, I wasn't expecting any Resiliences because it's not EPPs and it's not Anakin family. So like I think Anakin family will be an interesting mains matchup for this deck to see how that goes. But
So, is there any matchup you really don't want to see with this deck?
Um, Probably Old Allies. I think Old Allies is the most difficult.
because they can reduce your drain, and
I
they're not really touched by you. You know, they don't run any Jedi particularly, so
right. Yeah.
Well, they don't run Jedi, period.
Yeah, Old Allies is difficult. And then QMC and No Idea can be difficult, but you just have to alter your game plan completely. Like you don't just put Maul at Naboo anymore. He has to go to their sites, and you just put like a random dude at Naboo to like a Dooku or a Emperor at Naboo to get a drain or two that they can't stop. So, but
yeah.
So, um, so what made you decide to go with Darth Maul Lone Hunter over Lord Maul? Because I know Lord Maul was the card that was kind of designed for lightsaber combat,
right.
but you're playing the Brad Iyer version.
Well, the cancel and redraw on his own is massive, and to me, it was worth more than adding a potential two to the force loss, especially since a lot of the times I'm trying to maul strikes, anyways. Like
Hmm.
whether I maul strikes in my control phase so I can still drain, or on their turn in a battle to help protect my guy, and also like if they come at me with two mains like how Lief did, their blaster deflection means nothing now. So I don't know. I think he just has a lot of very like a lot more positives than the Lord Maul, in my opinion. So mainly the
Okay.
cancel and redraw though. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of things you talked about with stuff we said on stream that like I like that choice. I look at him and look at, Luke Rebel Scout, who I'm a huge fan of in most decks,
Yeah.
and a lot the you can always have him. You draw him for Destiny, you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll get him back.
Right. Yeah, and even
So,
even something where a battle pushes through where I can't stop it with like maul strikes or stunning leader. If I happen to draw him in the battle and I know he's gonna die, at least I have another one to come with next turn. So
yep, and that's a huge plus. Like knowing you can just keep getting those mauls, keep getting guys on table
right.
Hmm.
is big. So I like the deck. I liked, you played it well. It'd
I
be
mistracked. I mistracked once, and so that was not cool. I was planning on getting P59 and tracking my double sevens to shoot and hit a guy for two force loss and then draw a seven for Battle Destiny. But it
Uh,
is what it
we were
is.
kind
We
of
were far
wondering
enough ahead.
we were kind of wondering about that because like that play didn't make sense with the destinies you drew,
Right.
but it
Yeah.
would have made way more sense, yeah, if you had the sevens track to hit with P59 either way.
Yeah. I completely like. I knew I wanted to do that when I did the combat with the double sevens and then the retrieval. I was gonna drop and draw back into the P59, and then I just completely spaced on whether it was the card that I took, or the card before it. And so it was a 50-50 shot, and I missed my 50-50. If I was paying attention, I would have gotten it, but
And that happens sometimes.
right.
Like it's a long game. It'll be a long day. Don't beat yourself up over one missed
yeah.
track.
Yeah, and again, if I
You know.
wasn't as far ahead as I was, I would have been a little more locked in. But being so far ahead at that stage in the game, the P59 play was just like overkill, anyways. It would have like really set it. But
Yeah.
so
Because like Yoda's not really a danger there with knowing you were going to probably clear Luke on the combat.
right,
You could just ignore Yoda. Like that was something that got mentioned in chat is why didn't you go after Leia and Rey?
right. The only reason why I didn't go after them is, I mean, I could have gone with like the Vader if I wanted to, but Leia's gun is still Leia's gun, and I
Oh.
didn't like Aplek
So
or anybody like there. So
okay, so that was Leia's gun. We weren't sure if that was Leia's gun or if it was Anakin's saber.
yeah, no, it was Leia's
So
gun. Yep.
that makes 100% more sense than that. Yeah, I think Yoda, either go after Yoda or you just ignore him and
Yeah.
go with it. But I think going after him just in case to keep Leaf from paying and draining for that one is probably
Yeah, having him pay
a
for
low
one isn't a
risk.
big deal, but I'm just trying to push through damage, so
Yeah.
I was
And it's low risk. If you lose the battle there, you can just peel them both and
right,
not stress like you did with I'll lose P59 and then
right.
Aura.
Yep.
So, no, well played. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Uh,
So how was it to play against Leaf Lutz?
It was actually my first time playing against him. I was supposed to go to their house on Tuesday this week, but I had some family things pop up, so I couldn't make it. Especially since I was flying out Wednesday, so I was like, I better do
Mm,
my family stuff. So,
yeah. So did you give him any pointers during the game? Did like how like what was like something that you noticed that he did that you were just like, that's a good play?
um, as far as good plays, I think his turn one, if I don't have maul strike, or like when he came at my initial maul, if I don't have the maul strikes, which I can't blame him, like Luke with Lando at my maul when I don't have Phantom NSL, I don't have they will be no match for you out. Like, it's just a power 7 dude. But that being said, he also came at the 3-2, but I don't know. He's learning, he's growing. He's a very, very, very aggressive player. If he sees something and he has a lightsaber, he wants to go at it. So I told him, just maybe sometimes you got to pick and choose and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But no, he's definitely going to turn into a good player. You could see him when I was playing against him. You can actually see him thinking about things instead of just like doing it immediately. So,
Yeah.
For sure. And he adjusted his play. I saw, later he did I'll put Luke down and make you move.
yep, yes,
Like
yep.
Leaf is going to be good.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I'm really, I just want Leaf to get old enough that I can still be immune to less than 12 because
Right.
I'm gonna lose to him
So
soon enough. Like,
yeah, that's a good point. So now moving forward, so your light side,
Uh-huh.
you are playing a mains type of a deck, correct?
You are correct.
What made you go with that today?
Because I think Hiko is very good.
Do you have any crazy surprises in your Hitco for us?
Let's just say that I should be drawing a lot of destinies in every battle.
ooh, I like that. All
Yeah.
right.
I was also kind of locked into playing Hiko last night. I went to dinner with Chris Kelly and a couple other guys, and Chris gave me a funeral pyre borderless foil, and he said
Oh,
he would only give it to me if I would 100% lock in the Hitco, because I mentioned to him that it was a deck I was thinking about playing, and so I agreed.
okay.
Um,
Well, it
ooh,
looks like we
so
have the pairings for game two, so good luck, sir.
looks like it's gonna
I
be
want to.
Lingrel versus Surson
All right,
Yep,
guys.
and
for
Dennis,
us.
you are playing Joe Laporta, so good luck, have
Good luck,
fun.
man.
What table?
Uh, table 11.
All right, thank you.
So good
Thanks for
luck, man.
streaming, guys.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah, you're good.
We'll catch you
oh,
guys later.
for sure.
Take
Good luck
care.
the rest of the way, man. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna get Scotland Grell Dark versus Ryan Surson and his Everything is White border light.